Hi, Mark. It's Tuesday, September the 23rd, going on 8 a.m. Eastern, going on noon GMT. US session about to get underway. And let's have a look how the US dollar stands. Very little to start the day. Tested higher, tested lower. And right now, clear doji candlestick, nobody at all. Neither buyers nor sellers able to make a move from the open that they've been able to hang on to and sitting alongside yesterday's close. I've got support at 96.84. I've got resistance at 97.06. The high from today just touching the descending trend line, which has contained any moves higher for now. That'll be the level that buyers will be looking to test break above. But for now, sitting at the 96, 97, just below that 97 level, no clear direction or trend as yet. Let's have a look at how the majors are performing, starting with the Euro US. Weak US dollar yesterday. There's the Euro, strong day from the Euro. Almost a double bottom as well, pushed higher, took out the previous high. Today, coming down that little bit, red candlestick, that's selling euro, buying US dollar, but pretty much hanging around yesterday's close. I've got support at 117.78, and I've got resistance at 118.21. Relatively narrow range to start. Let's zoom in on that hourly. And there you can see sitting in the middle of the range, that's the level buyers will be looking up at, the 118 and higher to resistance, 118.20. Sellers selling euro, buying US dollar strength, will be looking down at the 117.78 support level. Let's have a look at the pound. Not much movement, but the opposite direction to what we just saw on the euro, which was coming down, selling euro, buying US. Here we're seeing buying pound, selling US, but also sitting alongside yesterday's close and a doji-like candle. I've got support today at 134.85, and I've got resistance at 135.26. Again, relatively narrow range. Let's have a look on the hourly. There you can see 3, 4 hours ago, this big red candlestick, a bearish engulfing, didn't quite materialize. Buyers have the past 3 hours, we can see buyers trying to get back up to this 135.26 resistance. That's buying pound, selling US dollar, and that's the level buyers will be looking for. Sellers of pound, buyers of US dollar strength, that would be looking down at the 134.85 support level. Let's have a look at the US yen. Another doji-like candle hanging around yesterday's close. Support 147.49, resistance 147.86. Again, narrow range to start. There's the hourly. That's selling US, buying yen earlier in the European session. Weak US dollar. Here's the US dollar fighting back in the past 3 hours and sitting pretty much in the middle of that range again, 147.76. And there, buyers of US dollar strength will be looking up at the resistance at the 147.89, try and get back to 148. And let's look at US dollar Canadian. Uptrend continuing, a decent gap up to start the day's trading. Got support now at 138.21, comfortably above that $1.38 level, and resistance at 138.45. Buyers of US have given up that gain, so selling US dollar, buying Canadian, that's the wickets left behind. We'll see where we stand right now. I'll zoom in on that hourly, and there you can see started higher, has come down in the European session, selling US, buying Canadian, US dollar weakness, and right now, US dollar fighting back, sitting at 138.30, pretty much in the middle of this narrow range for now. Buyers of US dollar strength will look up at this resistance, 138.45. Sellers of US buyers of Canadian looking down at the support, 138.21. So not much to see right now. We saw the index showing a doji. We've seen a few of the majors showing dojis as well. Tried a little bit higher, a little lower, but for the most part, sitting where it closed yesterday, and no clear direction yet on the US dollar, hence no clear direction on the majors. We have resistance support levels to work with, maybe some range trading today, buying off support levels, selling off resistance levels, and narrower ranges and maintaining activity within those ranges. Keep that discipline, and I will see you at end of day session.